Kevin the Eco Man here, and today we're going to deal with mosquitoes. My customers reported that they're getting eaten up by mosquitoes. We're going to walk around, show you those areas that are prone to mosquito development. So let's take a look. We see a flower pot filler filled with water right after a good rain. And typically what you want to do is you want to dump this out. If you see it full of water, dump that out and leave it sideways. Leave it turning over its side, so that way you never have to worry about it picking up any moisture in it that would harbor any larvae. Then we come over here, we got a pot here that's sitting here in another pot. So typically that will double the problem and gather tons of water for larvae. Now those little things are called wigglers. And if you ever see them right after that female lays that larvae, you'll see those little wigglers all in that water. So it's pretty cool to see. But you want to dump anything that's holding any standing water over. Turn the pots over, then you won't hold any more water. Problem solved there. Fire pit burner, typically sitting outdoors, will catch water down in this drain pit. So you always want to make sure that you either keep this in a secure area underneath a protected area so that it won't get much rain. We'll see water pool in a lot of these areas like between pavers and stone. You can throw sand down in there that'll keep those areas from developing any water pockets in them, keeping mosquito larvae from developing as well. Pots, things like this, can hold moisture, and we have a tray right up here, as you can see, full of water. So they're developing right over your head. Now, here's a good thing you can do that won't hurt the birds. You can put some mosquito bits in there occasionally. That would help cut down any development of any larvae. A mosquito bit is that bacterium. You can pick that up at any of your local hardware stores. And what its job is to break down that larvae before they can develop. Just drop a few in there. There you go. And you also have these huge trees. When they have them up around your sitting area, they look beautiful. But the downside is that these are holding moisture, thin sheets of moisture that larvae can develop on. But I always recommend if you have larger plants like this, you want to pad them out away from your sitting area. That would create less options for the larvae and the female mosquitoes to lay eggs. And then you have your grill area over here as well. But most often it'll gather in these pocket areas here. So make sure you come out here, especially right after the rain, and shake these off. We see here we're around an air conditioning units. Now these are common, notorious breeding areas for mosquito larvae. Females, they can lay hundreds of eggs in their lifetime. They can live up to 5-6 months in a good day. The males typically on average may not even live a week. And the larvae somewhere between 4 to 14 days. We love our pets. We have bowls everywhere, all over the place outside. So make sure these things don't keep them full of standing water for long periods of time. Most often it's always good to if your dog isn't out here feeding at that moment, just take that bowl and tip it over and do like this. Also, you have a bent up pool over here. So this can accumulate and build up a ton of water in it just sitting here. It doesn't have to be open. So it's best to flip this over or put it in a dry area location once you're done. We also have to mention gutters. Gutters are a really prime area for water runoff. And as you can see, she has no drain out. Now, best thing to do is make sure all of your downspouts have a runoff and so they can properly slope off away from the home. So now that we've discussed prevention, I'm going to show you how to treat your area, and this is going to give you that total control for your mosquitoes. To treat mosquitoes, I'm using this backpack blower. It's a terrific item. It blows and dislodges eggs very easily with the pressure from the blower. So this is really just a huge, great time saver. It covers the yard within minutes. So most often I'm using my Essentria IC Pro in here. Back in the day, I remember when I was a kid and they used to have what they called a mosquito truck used to come through our neighborhoods and blow. We would run behind the truck actually. So that was back in the 80s. So I can say some of the products at that time probably weren't the greatest. Today, much more efficiency can be applied in much more targeted areas as well. Now, many people ask, do I need to treat the whole yard with that? I say, yes, if you have any standing watering conditions out away from your home, and most likely you will. If you don't have this particular piece of equipment, you can go by your local hardware store, pick you up a good push yard spreader. Get you some mosquito bits, fill that up and push it out across through your yard. That's going to give you the best long-term control for those mosquitoes in your backyard. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now that we completed our treatment, typically you'll get about a good 60 to 90 days worth of control. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe.
Do you need the EcoMin's help? Book today by clicking the link in the description.